Throw the towel! Throw the damn towel! Is this wrestling or is it Rocky 4? Welcome back, guys, here. NXT review. Andrew Chase was saved tonight, but not by the bell. He was saved by the towel, but we'll talk about that when we get to it. We kicked off NXT, obviously from the Performance Centre in Orlando. We've got commentators Vic Joseph and Mr. Shucky Ducky Quacky Booker T, and we kick off the opening match with Joe Gacy versus Cameron Grimes. And the only thing I can say about this is, holy fucking shit, Joe Gacy's fat, man. He's fatter than me. I can't believe how fat this guy is. It's the first time I think I've ever seen him wrestle in trunks. And he just looks like an utter, out-of-shape, fat bastard, man. It is what it is. I don't like the schism. I do like Joe Gacy, or should I say, I did like Joe Gacy, but whatever they're doing at the moment, I don't like it. Cameron Grimes is taking them out. He's flying over the top rope. He's hitting them all with the manoeuvres. And then again, we see more female on male action when The Rock's daughter, Rain, jumps up and shoves him off. And this distracts one of the Diads is distracting the referee. Then Gacy hits it with the clothesline, the handspring lariat, and he gets the win over Cameron Grimes. I mean, this wasn't as bad as like some of the Rhea Ripley and Scarlett Bordeaux stuff, because Rain does it from behind, but still it's fucking annoying where we see women cost men matches every single week, and now we're getting it on NXT. It's a bit lame. But yeah, the schism win. I mean, who cares about the schism? I mean, it's literally Joe Gacy, two fucking retarded guys, and The Rock's daughter. It's a weird stable. It's just a mix. It doesn't really mix together, and I just don't see the point. I don't see the point. Honestly, I mean, Rain, I think, looks a little bit hot, but she also looks like The Rock, which makes her not hot, even though he gets voted like the hottest guy. It's just weird looking at Rain and you see like The Rock's like masculine like facial features. It's just fucking weird. But anyway, yeah, we go backstage. We've got Axiom. He's talking to Nathan Fraser, who's coming at the trainer's office. He says he hopes a speedy recovery for him. But JD McDonough is there, and he basically runs down Axiom. He runs down Fraser, and he predicts the issue that Fraser has in his neck, and then he says he's going to beat Axiom tonight. And he says if Axiom won the best of 3 series and qualified for the ladder match, he says nothing would have changed because Axiom would have lost anyway. So I mean, this Axiom guy is fucking shit. It is what it is. Still to come, the barber shop with Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams. We go back from the break and we see Nikita Lyons and Zoe Stark arriving. Nikita Lyons looking hot, looking thick. We then go to the barber shop, and Hayes is dismissing all his critics. He says that Wesley's a transitional champion. He says that he held the belt for over a year, all this stuff, and then he says that he knows Wesley's going to have a short title reign because next week he's going to end it or 2 weeks time he's going to end it because it's going to be Lee versus Carmelo Hayes once again for the NXT North American Championship. Honestly, I prefer Carmelo Hayes with the belt. I think he's a lot better than Wesley, but I don't know, maybe they're going to just move Wesley up to the main event picture. I'm not too sure, but I'm just not a big fan of Wesley. I think Carmelo Hayes is way better. Then we get Sol Ruka versus Elektra Lopez. I thought Sol Ruka was done, but I think she'll be done after this match. I mean, this was horrendous. You can just tell that she's green as fuck. And yeah, her debut didn't go too well. This match wasn't too great either. Lopez wins with her like choke bomb. I think she calls it the aftershock or something. But yeah, it's a win for Elektra Lopez, so that's fair enough. We go backstage. Andrew Chase is with Thea Hall and Duke Hudson. Thea Hale is like screaming and just being crazy. Duke Hudson says that this guy Dempsey will pay and that he wants to be outside there, but not to get physical. He just wants to be there and show moral support. He says when this Dempsey guy attacked Chase U last week, when he attacked Andrew Chase, he attacked everybody, and then they say they're going to go and get revenge. So it was a decent wee segment. Chase University then go to the ring. Then we come back to a commercial, and we've got this is something different with JC Jane and Mandy Rose on FaceTime. They were talking about how Gigi Dolan's out. Gacy Jane says that normally shopping cheers her up, but she spent $4,000 and she's still not feeling it. She says she's not going to come to the arena because Alba Fire's waiting outside their dressing room or something like that. So Mandy Rose says just come and chill with me, and Gacy Jane then says she got pulled over by a cop. It turns out it's not a cop though, it is Alba Fire. Then Alba Fire drags Gacy Jane out the car, then she jumps in the car, then we see Alba Fire and Mandy Rose looking at each other on FaceTime. The acting here was terrible though. I mean, Gacy Jane's literally getting pulled out the car at night. Mandy Rose thinks it's a cop, and then she's just saying, "Oh, are you okay? Is everything alright?" I mean, what the fuck? Of course not. She's just been dragged at the car at night, you stupid bitch. Of course everything's not alright. I mean, Mandy Rose looked really hot here, but the acting was bad. I appreciate them trying something different, but yeah, the action sucked here. Then we get Andrew Chase versus Charlie Dempsey. Chase is in control. Chase dominates most of the match. Chase gets put in a sleeper hold like maneuver towards the end though. Fia Hall's on the outside. She's got a towel. She's swinging the towel almost like a flag. She's trying to encourage Andrew Chase. She's trying to, get Andrew Chase to get back into the match, trying to get some momentum going for him. But then Duke just grabs the towel off Hale, and then he looks at the towel, looks at Hale, looks at Chase, and throws it in the ring. And then the referee calls the match. So Andrew Chase loses to Charlie Dempsey because of a thrown towel. So yeah. We'll see after the match. Chase isn't too happy. He says he didn't give up, but the referee says that Dempsey wins because of the towel, and then Duke's upset that Chase is annoyed that he lost, and he just wants to make sure that Chase is alright. So, I mean, it is what it is. Then we get Indy Hartwell cutting a promo, and it's a shite promo here for Indy Hartwell. She says she's locked in and she's betting the house on herself, and it was just pretty shit. Then we go to we had a segment up next, and I honestly didn't see this. I must have missed this. I think I went to the toilet, but it was the Fallon Henley's family bar. We had Kiana James turning up. I think she wanted to buy the bar. Something about the business sales are poor, and I think she wants to buy the bar. So I'm not too sure if that's what happened. Like I said, I did miss this segment, but it was something to do with Kiana James. She's turned up with her, colleague, her, business partner, whatever. I think she wants to buy the Fallon Henley's family bar. Basically, that's what it was. Was it any good? I don't know. Didn't really see it. We then get Hank Walker versus Stax, and Stax gets the win. This pleases Tony D a little bit. I mean, throwaway match. I just don't really get this Hank Walker gimmick. Yeah, he's a referee that's trying to wrestle, but I mean, is that really going to go anywhere? I mean, how's that going to ever be world champion material? Oh, look, I'm a ref that's pretending to wrestle. I mean, it's a bit lame. Yeah, so after the match, Stax stands tall. Tony D's got a lot of praise for him. We then see Grayson Waller backstage. We have the Grayson Waller effect with Von Fagner and Braun Breaker. Von Fagner says that he's going to be the man to take the belt off Braun Breaker. Says that he's also a second generation star, but he doesn't use that to get title shots and to get in through the door. He says he's the next big superstar NXT's been waiting for. He says he's bigger than Braun Breaker, he's stronger than Braun Breaker, blah blah blah. Braun then takes the mic and mentions guys like Gargano and Ciampa, basically bums that we don't care about. I actually thought it was weird. I actually thought Von Fagner was better in this segment than Braun Breaker. And then Braun Breaker and Von Fagner face off, and Robert Stone's shouting. He's like, "Don't do it, Von! Wait till the match." And then Breaker just grabs his head and smashes it off the table, which I thought was kind of funny. But I mean, it is what it is. I'm trying to speed through this, guys. It's 3:30. I'm not really impressed. It wasn't a good NXT, by the way, in case you're wondering. So yeah, I'm not exactly buzzing. I'm not exactly going to rate every match here 5 stars. But then we get JD McDonagh versus Axiom. JD McDonagh does something to his leg. The referee calls the match off, and JD McDonagh says that he's like he did a tear, he did a strain, not a tear, because he's a nice guy. So he purposely strained the leg of Axiom, but he didn't tear it because he's not a bad guy. Then he says he wants a challenge from the locker room. Nobody can offer him a real fight. Nobody's good enough. Nobody's on his level. Then he basically calls it Apollo Crews. So yeah, there we go. We get a mini promo for Brutus Creed versus Damon Kemp. Then we get the match, 5-minute challenge. It's Creed versus Kemp. Halfway through this, Brutus Creed just grabs a chair and starts smashing Damon Kemp with a steel chair. The referee is trying to stop him from doing it. He's shouting at him, he's telling him to stop, but he's doing it from behind. So I mean, he's waving his arms, but the fucking referee's behind Brutus Creed. So how's Creed supposed to see him? How can the referee stop this attack if he's standing behind the guy with the fucking steel chair? Doesn't make any sense to me. That's just a waste of time, and I don't get it. Damon Kemp's the heel, but he's outnumbered here 3-1. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. Then after the match, the two Indian dudes, Sagna and fucking Fear Mahan, look down on the Creed brothers. So yeah, not good here. Not good at all. We then get a new vignette from Donanov Diak, the former T-Bar. He's like throwing his mask into the fire. He's coming back to NXT for a clean slate. I honestly couldn't give a fuck about T-Bar or Donovan Diak or whatever you want to call him, right? Retribution fucking sucked, and this guy sucks too. He talks about justice and how he will bring people to justice in his form of justice. The only justice I had tonight was when I turned this TV off, because this show was bad. Then the main event, we have the NXT Tag Team titles. It's Nikita Lyons versus Zoe Starks and Katana Chance and Caden Charter. I hate Chance and Carter's entrance. There's this annoying thing that the crowd doing. It's like, oh, and it's like, what the fuck is that, man? It's so annoying. Plus, I can't take this Katana Chance chick seriously. She fucking runs around like an 11-year-old girl. She is like fucking 5 foot, must weigh about 60 pounds. How can she beat anybody? I just don't get it. Plus, she is horrendous on the mic. Has absolutely nothing going for her. But again, Nikita Lyons and Zoe Starks kind of run into each other. They make a mistake. They're not on the same page. Lyons sacrifices herself, takes a couple of super kicks, and then that leaves Zoe Starks in a 2-on-1 disadvantage. She gets beat by the champs, and then champs win, the champs retain. So there you go. They hit the 450 neckbreaker combo, and that's enough to put away Zoe Starks. And after the match, we get Nikita Lyons and Zoe Starks. They both grab the belts. It looks like they're about to give the champs the belts, but then Zoe Starks turns around. She hits Nikita Lyons in the face with the belt. Then she chases off the tag champs. How weak did the tag champs look here? Fucking run away for one person. And they ran away with their belts as well. Very pathetic. And then Zoe Starks hits a knee to the face of Nikita Lyons, and then basically just badmouths her and says, "This is your fault. You're holding me back," and all this shit. I mean, yeah, guys, I'm done. It's a very, very late night here. I've got work in like 3 hours, so why the fuck did I set up to watch this? Honestly, I don't know. I really don't know, but this show wasn't great. I enjoyed the Chase U segment. The Grayson Waller show was it was alright, but Braun Breaker's just fucking not that good on the microphone, is he? He sounds like Scott Steiner, but apart from the fact he sounds like him, he only sounds like him in terms of his voice and accent. I mean, he sounds like nothing like him when it comes to promos. I'm going to give it I'll give it a 2 out of 10, guys. It was better than a 1 out of 10, but not by much. So there you go. I'm giving this a 2 out of 10. Let me know what your thoughts are on the show. Let me know what your rating is down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Oh, by the way, I don't think I mentioned it, but Cora Jade basically says to the what's the Chinese chick called? Fuck me. The one that dresses in pajamas. I can't even remember. I forget her name, but she says that she stuck her nose in her business where it didn't belong, blah blah blah, and she's going to pay for it. So yeah, Wendy Choo, that's the one. So I guess we're getting Wendy Choo versus Cora Jade in a feud. Yippee, can't wait for that, guys. Let me know your thoughts down below. I'll catch you in the next one. Until then, Bead Fog Wrestling, peace.